One early evening, Nia was making her way to the works to have her valve gear examined. Nia likes it when she gets to come up here. She barely gets to see the little narrow gauge engines, so she would take any chance she got to meet them. As she backed into the works, a big surprise was waiting for her. All these narrow gauge engines were lined up outside the shed. Their coats had been polished, and they all looked very excited and proud.
Johnny Nama, everyone! What are you doing here?
Good evening, Nia. We've all just been inspected before tomorrow.
Oh? What's happening tomorrow?
It's Extravaganza Day!
Yes, tomorrow the railway is having a big celebration. Visitors from all over Sodor, the mainland, and even other parts of the world are coming to visit us. We'll have our photographs taken, those special visitors trains.
We even let our guests drive us. Supervised, of course.
Let an excitable young scallywags handle my controls. Suppose they knock something important loose. That would never suit his grace.
Oh, lighten up, Grandpuff. It's just something fun to get the visitors excited. Of course, we all know the most important part of the extravaganza.
Oh yes, there are also 3 special express trains pulled throughout the day.
And guess who's pulling one of them? Come on, guess. Guess. I won't even give you a hint. Come on, guess.
I'm not sure. Could it be Fred?
Ah, yes, of course it's Fred. How nice for him. Fred! No, it's me! I pull the special every year, taking visitors across the whole railway, listening to them clap and cheer my name as I go flying along the line. I'm the star of the festival.
Well, it all sounds wonderful. I kind of hope my examination takes a bit longer. I want to see the extravaganza too.
You should definitely stay and watch, Nia. You can watch me strut myself with the visitors. That'll be a splendid sight for everyone.
Oh, I'm sure it will, Minnie Gordon.
Minnie Gordon? Oh, now that's just insulting. I'm nothing like Gordon. How can anyone think I sound anything like Gordon? No. Oh, the outrage, the audacity, the indignity. Wait, why'd I say it like that?
The others wisely stayed silent. Next day came. A few hours before the visitors would arrive, the engines were having their final examinations. Most of them passed with flying colors. But for Sir Handel...
I don't know what's wrong. His special rails can't seem to grip the rails properly.
This had to happen today of all days. Can we still roll?
Maybe, and it's too risky with our visitors. We'll have to stay at the works for the day.
What? No, sir, I feel fine, really. Oh, I can't miss out on the extravaganza. I've been looking forward to it all year.
I know you have, and I'm sorry, Sir Handel, but safety must come first. Victor will do what he can to fix you, but we can't risk you pulling the special trains until then.
he found himself being shunted into the works. His heart sank as a large notice was fitted on his running board. Not to be moved. The other engines now felt sorry for Sir Handel.
Do you think they can fix him?
I know they can. Victor is a maestro at repairing engines, so Handel is in good hands.
Yes, but it won't be in time to pull the special trains. Sir Handel was really excited about today.
Aye, and now we'll hear him bellyaching about missing out all night.
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. We can't wait for him to get better. We have visitors today, and it's our job to make sure they're happy and comfortable.
The other engines agreed, but secretly, Peter Sam couldn't help but worry for his grumpy friend. That afternoon, the extravaganza had officially begun. The visitors gathered round the engines and chatted excitedly, taking photographs. Some of the engines even chatted back to the visitors. Everyone was happy and elated. Across the way at the works, the mood wasn't so jolly. Sir Handel eyed the festivities enviously. It just wasn't fair. He should be over there with them, chatting with passengers, hearing them chatter about how great he was. Why did he need Paris today? Unfortunately, Sir Handel's woes only got worse when he saw the passengers board the coaches for the first special express of the day. It was a doubleheader with Duncan and Peter Sam heading the train. Both engines were beaming with pride as they set off on their long journey.
Chatting with my passengers. That should be me pulling the train. Look at them, smiling, taking all the glory, chatting with my passengers.
Come now, my friend. Sitting here with that pouty face isn't going to make time go faster. Come on, give us a smile, just to show that you can.
And I wanna. Also, what are you doing here, Victor? Why aren't you at the extravaganza with the others?
I decided to stay behind. Repairs and accidents don't take a day off for celebrations. Besides, I can't think of anyone I'd rather spend the day with than my grumpy blue friend.
You did grumpy old friend.
Meanwhile, over the extravaganza, a few of the visitors were given a chance to drive some of the engines, with their drivers and firemen watching over them, of course. Skarloey and Rusty enjoyed this treat.
Whoa! Careful in there, impertinent scallywags! My throttle is not a toy! Watch what you're doing in there!
Later, it was time for another express run. And the engines couldn't believe who was in charge of this one. It was Fred!
Fred? I thought he'd be too lazy to even show a wheel.
Hey, I care about my work. Not a whole lot, but I care. And when am I ever gonna say I got to take a special?
The passengers asked for him especially.
Besides, he's been on his best behavior all week. Can you say the same, Duncan?
Fred had never been this excited about pulling a train before. It only took a few minutes for the guard to blow his whistle, but for Fred, it felt like ages. Slowly and steadily, he made his way out of the yard, carrying a chorus of cheering visitors. When Sir Handel saw Fred pulling away with the train, he felt sick to his boiler.
Oh, please, Victor. Are the men almost finished?
I'm afraid not, my friend. They found the problem, but it's taking a little longer to fix. It's still not safe for you to try pulling a train alone.
It's just not fair! I did everything right this week. I tried to be kind, I did all my work, and I didn't even cause any spills. Oh, yet why does it always feel like I'm being punished? Oh, why can't I ever win? Just once.
You're right, my friend. It's not fair. We all know how excited you were for today, and seeing you pulling that train would have been splendid indeed. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that happen.
Victor, does it ever bother you when you miss out on the extravaganza?
Maybe a little, but I know that what I do is important, and seeing you all have fun is all I need. Besides, the last time I tried to pull coaches, they ended up with 10 broken windows.
I actually remember that. Mr. Percival didn't even yell at you. You were yelling louder for the both of you. Sirs, how long have you been standing there?
Oh, not too long. So here you are, Sir Handel. Bridget and I were wondering where you disappeared to.
Yes, we have. Grandfather and I wanted to ride the express you pull. Are you sick?
Sort of. My special wheels aren't working, so I can't pull the train today.
Oh, that's too bad. My brother Stephen's sick too. He was very upset he couldn't come to the extravaganza today. He really wanted to see you.
Oh wow. I'm sorry he couldn't come today. Tell him I hope he feels better soon.
He'll be happy you said that. And Grandfather said if we're good, he'll take us both again next year.
I don't think there'll be a problem. And I expect to see you out and about again next year, Sir Handel. We'll be the first in line for that splendid express of yours.
Oh, I'll be ready, sir.
Which reminds me, how are his wheels, Victor?
Making progress, sir. They're a little better, but he still shouldn't try to pull a train by himself for a while. If he was with another engine, he should be just fine.
Well, what if he wasn't by himself?
Does that... You mean...
It's not the Grand Express you usually take, but I hope it'll do.
Sir Handel was so happy he couldn't speak. And so they took down the not-to-be-moved board from Sir Handel's front, and he and Peter Sam both backed down on the express. The passengers and other engines were so happy to see Sir Handel up and about again, they cheered louder than ever. Whatever sadness Sir Handel felt earlier that day flew out of his smoke box. He was overjoyed to be taking part in the extravaganza after all.
Mind Sir Handel's special wheels, you two. Don't push him too hard now.
Sir Handel won't need pushing, sir. We'll have to hold him back.
Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel had a lovely trip. so Handel didn't even care he wasn't pulling the train by himself. He was delighted to finally be out of the sheds. He wanted to go fast, but Peter Sam and his driver wouldn't let him. At last, they reached the top station. The passengers clapped and cheered for the two engines, their drivers, and their firemen.
So, was this as good as your usual runs?
Nah, this was even better!
That early evening, the visitors had gone home, and the little engines were settling in the sheds.
Evening, everyone! How was the extravaganza?
Best one yet. Did you hear the way they cheered for me when I pulled the express? The one lady got mad when I overshot the platform. Once.
Well, some engines got it and some don't.
Oh, great. He's back to normal, alright.
I really wish I could stay to see it. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I missed most of it too. But hey, there's always next year.
Do you think people will really come back next year?
I know they will. They always do.
They all knew Skarloey was right, because one thing was certain. No matter how many changes or how many mishaps there are, no one can resist visiting their little railway with a heart of gold.